Yes. Again, you're dealing with hybrids.
Yeah.
All right. So?
Is that like my children?
No, not in that case. You're dealing with one of the hybrids that may be involved with you in the hybridization agenda or the program that you're part of, but it might be more like someone who works with you or helps you understand how to work with it. Sort of like a guide, but of an extraterrestrial nature, of a hybrid nature. Someone you're familiar with might even be another version of you in that reality, making contact, checking in.
Cool.
Whatever temperature you want. Does that help?
Yeah.
Will that do?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I would like your assistance with the idea of parenting.
Yes. Well, we already gave some principles. Were you here for those?
Yes.
All right.
I feel very challenged with the idea of specifically what you were sharing, the idea of...
You are challenged by what? By not thinking you have the ability to create those kinds of environments for children?
No, just the consequences is confusing to me.
The consequences are confusing to you?
Yeah.
In what sense?
Well, my partner, the parent of my children...
Yes.
From my perspective, it seems like he's too rough, and the consequences that he wants to impose are very... I feel like it's too much for a child, and for me...
What age is the child?
7, 6.
And what are you describing as consequences that are too tough? Can you give an example?
Yeah. Taking something that he wants for too long without the opportunity to take it back, like a toy.
All right. But you see, the idea is, when we talk about the parent creating certain environments, the parents themselves have to be relatively clear and free of their own issues.
Right.
So that they're not imposing their own issues on the child.
Right. That's where my challenge is. I feel like I have a lot of issues.
All right. Well, you can begin to teach both of them, since it appears you have more than one child to deal with. Speaking of your husband. The idea being...
I knew.
Well, we mean this in some sense literally, because if they have issues that they are continually recreating in the present from their own belief in connection to things that happened to them in their childhood, then they haven't necessarily matured in all areas. And this is the purpose of relationships, is to help everyone in the relationship become more of who they truly are and let go of the things that no longer serve them. So, while you are being an example of creating certain kinds of environments in which you can allow children to learn the consequences of their choices in a much more constructive and safe and positive way, you can also do that with him.
Okay.
So you need to be the one that has the imagination to set this up in some way, shape, or form, in a way that might attract him, in a way that he will learn lessons from and allow himself to release those negative ideas about his own inner child.
I understand.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The other idea that I have a lot of challenge with is often my son seems to be choosing negative vibrations.
Well, again, you have to begin early to teach them the idea of the consequences of their choices. So it's not too late to start, but all you're doing is describing what would naturally happen if they haven't been taught in the way that we're talking about. So begin, and it may give the child an opportunity to change.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
All right.
But
what?
I thought I was already doing that.
In what way were you doing it?
Well, I was I thought I was allowing him to follow his excitement.
Yes, but you just also
Oh, the
said
consequence part? That's
yes.
Okay, I understand.
And self-empowerment. And also, as you said, you are challenged with the idea that within the environment there's another child
Okay.
that is in a position of teaching them things in a way that won't necessarily allow them to become self-empowered.
Okay.
So you have to include all of that in your teaching, in your imagination, in the environments that you create. I understand. It's a very profound challenge, but we believe that you are up to the challenge. Yes? Doesn't matter if we believe it, though. You need to believe that you're up to the challenge. You need to know you have the imagination, the inspiration, the playfulness to create environments in which they can all be included. The entire family can be included to retrain and let people know there are different tools they can use than the ones they've been using. That will connect them to their self-empowerment, to their freedom to choose, to understand consequences of choices so they can make more positive choices, and to adapt the lessons to their passion. So, do you believe you have the imagination and inspiration to do this?
Yes.
Then do so.
Thank you. I would like to also ask about, a few years ago I went to Mount Shasta, and
Yes.
I described to you that there was 3 light sources. It seemed like there was 3 sunsets.
Yes.
You said at the time it wasn't appropriate to talk about it.
Yes.
Can we talk about it now?
Yes.
Well,
This is a reflection of the idea of the splitting prism. You were seeing 3 different parallel realities
okay.
at once.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I had a dream about, it was like a silhouette of a boy, and instead of being a dark silhouette, it was just a sky full of stars.
Hybrid child.
I would like to know his name.
Give him a name. Most hybrid children will take names from nature. What kind of nature name or word are you attracted to?
I keep thinking Milky Way when I think about him.
All right. Is that what you would like to use as a name?
Maybe I'll think about it.
Think about it. Mm-hmm. It's all right for you to work together to choose a name from nature.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, yeah. You have shared the name Briar, and I haven't found the relationship to nature with her, and...
That's all right.
Okay. What was that name? What does that mean?
I will let you explore this more because you're in the middle of a process of dialoguing with hybrid children. You'll work it out.
Okay.
Use the same imagination you're going to use to create the environments for your Earth family, and something will come. All right?
Okay.
All right.
One more thing.
No.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Bashar.
And you, good day.
I would like to ask, is Greek mythology real, and are we as humans related to the Greek gods and goddesses?
Well, yes, because the idea is that those mythological stories are, well, not necessarily literal, but are representations of the ancient Anunnaki extraterrestrials who created Homo sapiens. Therefore, you contain their genetic material.
That makes a lot of sense.
I know, that's why I said it. Does that help?
Yes, and I would also like to share, I saw extraterrestrials and a spaceship.
Yes, where, when?
I was driving home. Well, my dad was driving me home from my karate classes that I used to go to
Yes.
in Japan, and there was like a I wouldn't say a field, but an area
Yes.
in the street
Yes.
with grass and like two or three trees.
Yes. And what did these extraterrestrial beings look like?
Well, it was dark and I saw it like sort of bluish black,
You're talking about the ETs or the lighting?
the ETs.
All right. And?
And I saw a spaceship. It was like, it came down and it landed
Yes.
in the area. And
How tall were they?
about maybe 4 or 5 feet.
All right.
And I saw it like the spaceship. It sort of looked like a snowman, except with two snowballs. So like the bigger one on the bottom and then the smaller one on the top. And then I saw like stairs coming down, and then I saw like 4 or 5 extraterrestrials coming out of it.
Oh, all right. How exciting.
I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
And also, is that a type of race that you can tell me at this moment?
Well, you're dealing with a type of gray, and you're dealing with a type of exploratory ship. It's a little unusual. It's from a slightly altered parallel reality, but the color of them was not actually their skin. The color was camouflage, so that they would be more difficult to see at night.
That's cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does that help?
Yes.
All right.
I love you and your people and Willa.
And we all love you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Tadeo.
Nania.
See if we can slip in a few questions here.
From your other listeners.
Yes,
All right.
but all of a sudden,
Yes. Is your technology?
it's back again.
Oh, all right. Perhaps you need more robust technology to bring into the electromagnetic field that we give off.
That's right. Are you messing with our electronics?
Messing with your heads.
Okay, so this first question is, everything exists simultaneously. This
Yes.
means that my body at 10 years old also exists right now.
Yes.
And if I'm currently focused in this right now moment,
Yes.
where I am 45,
Yes.
who is driving that vehicle, my 10-year-old body right now? Is it another soul, or is it the frame of the film strip just sitting around unused?
Nothing is unused. And it's not, in a sense, another soul, although it is. Because the idea is it's the soul that you were at 10. And therefore, you understand that you have changed everything, including your soul, to have a different perspective of yourself at the age you are now. Nothing is ever unoccupied. It's all existing simultaneously. But as you shift, everything shifts. Therefore, nothing is ever unoccupied. It's always filled with something. It's always filled with another aspect, another point of view of all that is. But you're dealing now with a different parallel reality idea of a 10-year-old. Therefore, it's not you. It's another person having their own experience, and in a sense, their own soul, even though you may have temporarily connected to it and treat it as if it was yours too.
So it continues to have its own existence.
Of course it does.
Creation is incredibly complex.
Yes, richly complex.
Richly complex.
Not complicated, but
Yes.
richly complex.
Complex. Amazing. I believe you mentioned briefly that our physical bodies don't die the way we perceive them to die physically. Can you expand on that?
Talking about our bodies?
It says, no, I think she was talking about human bodies, that they die, but maybe she meant to say yours.
Read the question again.
I believe you mentioned briefly that our physical bodies don't die the way we perceive them to die physically.
I see. Well, in a sense, that is just a perception, the idea that your body dies, because your body is contained in your spirit, not the other way around. Therefore, in a sense, it's simply that it is no longer necessary to sustain it as an illusion, as a projection, as a dream, and it will sort of appear over time to disintegrate in a natural way. But that's just it being, in a sense, sort of reabsorbed into the greater being, because it's no longer a necessary projection, in the same way that a dream fades when you wake up in the morning, because it is no longer relevant for you to focus on it. So in that sense, yes, it could be a little bit different than the way you think of the body dying, since it's really just that you have removed your focus from it and it just begins to fade. And as we have said before, this is one of the things that lets you know that physical reality isn't really real, because things dissolve, things break down, things break apart. That's what lets you know it's not permanent and therefore not real.
I know, aren't like bacteria the agents of, I guess, eliminating the illusion?
In a sense, yes. They are the little vacuum cleaners, if you want, or the little transformers that let you know that physical reality is not real. It's not a permanent structure. It's a temporary projection. So they are aspects of consciousness that go in and induce and transform that idea from what seems to be substantial to what seems to be no longer substantial.
It's quite amazing.
It is.
There have been these interactions with Navy jets recently in the mainstream media about, and when we were wondering if you could give us any information about the alien race or races that have encountered those jets.
Well, we spoke a little bit about that in a recent transmission this weekend, about the idea of them being the ones to test the waters to see how many people will talk about what they saw. I can't necessarily exactly give you a name specifically of a particular race, although it is connected to hybrids. So there are multitudes of them in different ways that are working through this program of disclosure to help the idea along by seeing how many people who have sightings are willing to talk about them.
Okay. Okay, in another direction, how do you manifest instantly?
You are always manifesting instantly. It's just that sometimes you know that you are instantly manifesting a process that seems to take time, because you need that process in order to develop a deeper experience and a deeper appreciation of what the result of that experience will be. You can always reduce the processes as much as possible through the threshold of believability test that we have often talked about. But the idea is that you're always manifesting instantaneously. It may not always be what you want, but the idea is that you are always manifesting exactly what you need at that moment. And by staying in a state where you know that, you'll get the most out of it and allow yourself to use up what's happening in the present, thus making room for something else to come in more quickly. If you deny what's happening as being an instant manifestation that you need, then you make it stick around and fill up the space into which other manifestations could occur. So the more you use it up, the faster you use it up, the more other manifestations can result in that same space, because there is only one place for them to manifest, and that's here and now.
I was also thinking, too, that there's a fun exercise you can do, because this person wanted to manifest things like a crystal or a flower essence or things like that.
Yes.
And those are games you can play with your higher mind and with synchronicity, just simply by opening yourself to the idea of saying, okay, I want to find this.
However, there is actually an easier way that goes back to what we have said many times. Take the path of least resistance. Obviously, synchronicity in delivering information to you will usually use what's already in your reality without having to invent something new. So if you really, really want to understand something like that, just to use those examples,
okay,
then the idea is go to the store that carries them and buy one, because they are already available in your reality. So the idea is someone can sometimes be trying too hard to be spiritually manifesting in a way that they think is better than physical reality, when in fact it might just be as spiritual as anything to go to the store where you know the crystals are sold.
Okay.
The path of least resistance.
Okay, so maybe I'm going in a different direction than when I say this. It's about heightening communication with your higher mind by saying, let's play a game. I'm open to something appearing in my reality that approximates something I'm excited about receiving, something beautiful, just something.
Yes.
And then allow the synchronicity to guide you to the experience that's being provided for you.
You can play that game, but what I'm saying is the idea of information acts like electricity. And if you already know where the answer is, the idea is that that's the shortest path the electricity will take. So sometimes the fact that you already know where crystals are that you could access will take precedence over the idea of going in a more roundabout way, because the information is already right there, close at hand, and the path may not necessarily be as strong going another way, unless there is a specific purpose in doing it that way, like you said. You're playing a game for a specific reason that may actually have nothing at all really to do with the idea of accessing a crystal, and everything to do with actually practicing that path, and therefore the crystal at the end of it isn't really even important. But if it's really about the crystal, then take the path of least resistance, which is to use the knowledge already at hand that such a thing exists close by.
I see the distinction.
Yes,
that's good.
It's similar to the idea of people who ask psychics such questions as, well, how much change do I have in my pocket? Why do I need to exercise the energy of tapping into another dimension and peering into your pocket when all you need to do is reach into your pocket and count the change? It's shorter, and therefore that short circuits the psychic's ability or need to go another route, because there is no need to go another route to answer that question. It's right there. That's the point. Yes?
Are there any harmful insects on Essassani?
No, everything is symbiotic.
And if people on Earth harmonize more with nature, can our relationship with our insects change?
Yes, of course. Do you not have the parables of the lion and the lamb laying down together in peace? That is a euphemism for the idea of life becoming more symbiotic instead of predatory. One of the main reasons why it's still a reflection of predation is because you are still a reflection of predation in your society. You prey on each other. So why shouldn't they?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's different levels of physical reality where it turns into less and less predation. So is some of the extinction phenomenon we're going through right now and our relationship with our animals changing in that direct? That's a positive idea.
You are seeing more and more of that as you record such things as different species of animals becoming friends.
Yeah, and definitely it looks a much different time now in terms of this. And then animals having communication with humans in zoos and things like this, they broaden their brains also into a whole new areas of behavior.
Although again, more efficient if they were still in nature.
Yes, of course. That would always be the preference. We were wondering also why, this is a question that came, in terms of people not being able to stand up to, in a sense, the energy that they would encounter if they met you face to face or your craft.
Yes.
But there are other species that it might be tolerable to encounter.
That's what we said. We were only referring to us and species like us. But there are many other aliens you could encounter with no problem.
And is that because their vibration is, what would be the distinction?
It's more vibrationally compatible with yours in certain ways, and there may be purpose for the meeting that supersedes the difference in frequency. But we have a specific purpose and relationship to you in terms of what we're sharing with you. And we come from a parallel reality that is very different than yours. Therefore, this is simply the nature of what's going on between us and our relationship. But there are other relationships with other extraterrestrials that have different purposes, and therefore different reasons for interacting with them that can be something that is allowable.
Is that also because it would be the sense of like taking truth serum or something like that, that all of the charades that we play out in our minds would disappear in the energy field.
It would break down any compartmentalization that you're holding on to with any fear-based or negative beliefs on any subject whatsoever, and break down the barriers between them and force them to the surface, which can cause psychotic shock if you're not ready to integrate them.
And the idea that the personality dissolves also in the presence of that energy.
The structure of the personality that you may have been presenting dissolves. The personality doesn't completely dissolve, but it becomes more transparent. It becomes more a natural representation of the higher mind in physical terms.
So really the essence of contact with extraterrestrial beings that are of higher vibrational nature really involves interdimensional adjustment
Yes.
of your psyche to
Yes.
be able to have that communication in a positive way,
Yes.
as opposed to thinking that a spaceship is going to land on the
In a
White
sense,
House lawn.
there are many, many beings. Well, let me put it this way. Even if you think we look something like you, we in many ways are nothing like you. And the idea, even though right now we're not technically alien, but we are extraterrestrial because we do share genetic material, we are in a sense like a different type of human, nevertheless, the energy of our being is extremely alien to many of you because of the level that we operate on, because of the dimension we inhabit, because of our evolutionary place and the way we experience reality. The combined energy of our frequency is very alien to many of you. And the idea is, think of the most alien kind of encounter, the most unusual, strangest, most different kind of encounter you could have with some form of life on your planet. We would be far more alien than that. Far more alien than that. And again, there is an instinct within most of you that when it encounters something so alien, so different, it reacts in a survival mechanism that translates into a phobia. Because you're seeing it as something that doesn't belong in your reality, that's simply too foreign, too alien for your mind to grasp the totality of, but it senses what it does sense as something that shouldn't be there. It's not normally part of your reality. Therefore, it starts breaking your reality apart. Yes?
Wow. But you seem so much like us.
For the piece of me that you're seeing in the simulacrum that's created to act as a buffering mechanism between us, yes, of course. It's designed to seem more like you. I am very different than you think.
Well, you're always full of surprises, so.
Yes. And so, surprise, surprise, it is time for your short break, and then we will resume this transmission with your holotope meditation. So enjoy a short break. All right, I'll say let us continue this transmission by asking each and every one of you to please allow yourselves to become very relaxed in your chairs. Breathe deeply and easily. Just let go of the thoughts of the day and focus your attention on the holotope before you. Allow yourselves to continue to breathe easily and gently, and continue to allow your body to relax. As your lights begin to play along with your music, just let yourself begin to drift and dream into this new bubble reality that we are co-creating here together today. Allow yourselves to take a moment to adjust to the new frequency of this reality. Allow it to become the vibration that you recognize. A familiar vibration of the choices you have made to be here now. In this theme, on this path, to exercise the freedom to choose with your free will, synonymous with the will of God. For there is no separation on that level. You are unique. And therefore, if there is any will of God contained within that fact, it is only the will that you be yourself. And the question simply comes down to, will you be who you are in truth? Will you allow yourself to expand? Will you explore the beliefs that hold you back, that are out of alignment with who you are? Will you walk the path that you are with clarity, with joy, with passion? Will you? They say on your world, where there's a will, there's a way. But you are the way. Allow yourself the freedom to use your free will. Be the path you are in the way that works best for you, knowing that that is, again, synonymous with the will of God, Goddess, all that is. There is no need for any idea of the exertion of any outside will or intention to be put upon you, for there is no outside. There is only here, there is only now. So once again, the question is, will you be who you choose to know you are in truth? Will you walk the path you are in joy? Will you allow yourself, give yourself permission to choose those things you know are the true expression of you? Will you? Is the question. And the answer is you will. Because you know there is more to you than just this world, more to you than just this dream. You are bigger than this. You are powerful beings, reflections in spirit of all that is. You chose to have this adventure. You chose to impose this narrow vision in order to explore more deeply aspects of your existence through mystery and unfoldment, to discover new ideas and new perspectives of who you truly are on more levels than this, to open to the great mystery of your being, to be drawn with curiosity into that mystery, into the unknown, so that you may know yourself more fully. For that is the paradox of the unknown, that you will only discover more of yourself within it. And with everything you discover, when you are willing to enter the unknown, you will realize that whatever comes from the unknown will come with everything you need to work with it and to discover from it another aspect of your being, another perspective, another level of awareness of who and what you truly are. Breathe in that truth. Breathe in your power. Awaken, aware, conscious, knowing, acting, being. Allow yourselves to breathe deeply, resonantly, and feel the beating of your hearts. As with every beat, it beats out the true nature of your being. An expansive spirit calling out, immersed in a sea of energy, in a sea of thought, in a sea of consciousness, reaching out beyond the stars to the infinite, and receiving back the infinite echo of confirmation. Yes, you are my will, because I am you, and you are me, and you are all that is. Thus it is your will. That is God's will. For they are one and the same. For all that is all that is everything, everywhere, every when. There is nothing outside, nothing truly separate. Drift on this journey, travel on this path, the path that you are. The path of realization and awakening and awareness. The path of consciousness and clarity. Will you or won't you? Will you or won't you? Will you or won't you? Give voice and action to your truth. To be a living example to all of other choices they may make for themselves as well. In the enjoyment of companionship, of friendship, of family, of connection to Source, as Source, the reflection back and forth. I am you and you are me. My will is your will is my will. Will you or won't you? Where there's a will, you are the way. Will you or won't you? Chart a course on the map of your being, on the map of your mind, and the map of your heart, the map of your soul and spirit. Chart a course that is true. Follow the compass needle to your true north, to your magnetic north. Feel the pull, feel the tug, feel the urge to be all that you are. Feel the calling, feel the invitation, and feel the connection. The real connection. For you are Source. You are all that is, and it is you. Reflective, self-aware intelligence permeates every cell, every atom, every particle of your being. Every resonance, every vibration is communication and knowledge that you can act upon to great joy and great benefit of all. Be yourself. Be the path. Be the light. Be the love. Be the blessing. Be in grace. Be in gratitude. Be in appreciation. Will you or won't you? Will you or won't you? Will you or won't you? And in your heart beats the answer, I will. I will. I will. And then as soon as you allow yourself to know that you will, then instantly and immediately and perfectly and precisely, you also know, I am. I am. I am. I am the will and the way, and this is your truth. You are the will and the way, and this is your truth. Allow yourselves to breathe deeply and gently and absorb this truth in the way that works for you as your own. Through your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit, and the higher mind and spirit guides, and all the beings that guide and love and watch and share. One family, one will in many, many wills in one. Infinite, eternal, and indestructible. Allow yourselves to breathe and know that you are unconditionally supported and loved and immersed within all that is. Continue to breathe as you allow your lights to dim and your music to soften, yet it will never fade from within you, for it is crystallized within your consciousness with every breath and every beat of your heart. Where there is a will, you are the way. Continue to drift and dream in peace and joy and contentment, in grace and gratitude.